Hello Titans, this is Mr. Sturts. We're on the final section of Chapter 5, Section 5.7, which is Systems of Linear Inequalities. There is one vocab word I'd like you to write down in your student journals. So write down the systems of linear inequalities. All that is a set of two or more linear inequalities that have the same variables, that have x and y. And we're going to graph these. Alright, first example here, we want to figure out if it's a solution. We've been doing this for a couple sections now. All we're going to do is plug in our x-coordinate, which is 3 for x, our y-coordinate, which is 5 for y, and see if they're true. They have to be true for both of them. So let's plug in 5 for y. 2 times 3 is 5 less than 2 times 3 is 6. Well, yeah, that's true, so that checks out. The second one, plug in 5 for y. Greater than or equal to 3 plus 1 is 5 greater than or equal to 4. That checks out. So yes, it is a solution. They both have to be true. Alright, let's try B real quick. B, remember we have our x and our y. 0 is less than 2 times negative 2. Oops, negative 2. Get a little ahead of myself. 0 is less than negative 4. Is that true? No, 0 is actually greater than negative 4, so that doesn't work. So we don't even have to check the second one because we know they both have to be true. So we can assume right away that that is not a solution. Okay, if you get one that's not true, you don't even need to check the other one. We do not have a solution there. Alright, our core concept for today, we're going to graph our inequalities again just like last section, except now we have a system of linear inequalities, which means we have more than one. So we're going to have more than one graph. We're going to shade wherever those graphs overlap, wherever the shadings overlap, that is where our solution is going to be. Alright, so we need to graph these two lines. First one, y is less than or equal to 3. We know since it's y is less than a number, we know it's going to be horizontal through the y-axis at a positive 3. And since it's or equal to, it's going to be a solid line through the point 3 on the y-axis. Less than, we know we shade below the line. Okay, so we're going to shade that below the line. We'll shade that in black there. Everything below the line. Now our second line here, y is greater than x plus 2. Okay, so let's go to 2. Maybe let's make this line red. Okay, let's go to 2 on our y-axis. Plot our y-intercept. Our slope is 1 over 1, so we're going to go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. We can see our line starting to form. This is a dotted line because it's not or equal to. So let's make our dotted line through those points. Now we need to shade again. Greater than. So we know greater than, we said we shade above the line, so we're going to shade everything above the line. Now, this is the new part for this section. Only where our shadings overlap is where our solution is. Okay, we see where there's black and red in here, in this little shaded area. This is our solution, nothing outside. Okay, just where our shadings overlap. Okay, let's try another one. We can't graph these right away. We need to get y by itself. We need it in slope-intercept form. So let's go ahead and move our 2x over on both of them. Subtract our 2x. Subtract our 2x. So what we have left is y is less than, let's write our negative 2x first, minus 1. Do the same thing on the second one. Subtract 2x to get y by itself. So y is going to be greater than negative 2x plus 3. Let's go ahead and graph these. Notice our slopes are the same. We know they're going to be parallel lines, but we need to see where the shadings are. So we still need to graph these. Negative 1 is our y-intercept. We're going to go down 2, right 1, because our slope is negative 2 over 1. Down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. We know it's a dotted line because it's not or equal to. So let's go ahead and make our dotted line there. Goes on forever. Less than, so we're going to shade below the line, so we're going to shade over here. Now let's graph our other line. Let's make it red again so we can tell the difference. Our y-intercept is now 3, so we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, plot our point. Slope, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. Again, it's a dotted line. because it's not or equal to. Notice those lines never intersect, but what we're worried about in this section is the shadings, where those shadings overlap. It's greater than this time, so we need to shade over here. Now our question we ask ourselves, do those shadings overlap? Well, we see no, they're never going to overlap. Okay, those lines are parallel, they're never going to overlap, so our answer there is no solution. Okay, those shadings never overlap, so we're never going to have a solution.